listen my show. On the corner me I bring come chat, voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP, call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. So if you see your girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, or just a habit. Politics, politics, it doesn't matter, me I go talk. Bringing light to the lost so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. America, come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat, voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Yeah, views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP, call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat, voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. VP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat, voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Oh, it's a general knowledge. Views expressed it deeply. Call me Damian Phillips. Whoa, ooh yeah, Phillips. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah.
Good evening and thanks for joining me. My name is Damian Phillips. I should even need to say that, right? My name is Damian Phillips and I am live on Vibes Corner Radio tonight. It is the 12th. Let me make sure. Yep, May 12th. So let me say happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers who are locked in right now. And hope you guys had a wonderful day yesterday. And I hope you made your mom, for those of you who are still blessed to have mommy around. Um, so you could do, all the spoiling and all of these things. I'm live on Vibes Corner Radio. This is the home of the DP Unfiltered. This is the home of DP Live. So if you hear me say live sometime, that's what I meant. But we're also live on my YouTube channel, which let me say thanks to those of you who are doing your part in growing the channel. I kind of feel away last week and me delete the comment and me say, I shouldn't have deleted the comment. There's a Samsung Galaxy 13 something. I don't remember the name now, but I know I saw 13 in it and Samsung in it. And the person say, them now stop diss me. And what else them say? One them now stop diss me. Something else that I don't even have 3,000 I don't even have 3,000 views on my video, and mention some other people and saying that those people are the real deal for everything. And me not telling lie, cause I'm human. Me did really feel away. Me did really, really feel away. So I'm going to beg you guys to please share the channel so I can mask more than three. So it sound like 3,000 is the number. However, the last week video did get over 3,000. So I think because I saw it at 2,000 something, and it wasn't that three, they're like, yeah, using that to, do a kind of swipe kind of something. But as I say, I don't know why it kind of did really get to me, but me did really feel uncomfortable, like the person, style me somewhat. So, um, yeah, that's that. So I'm gonna ask you guys, please, 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 to help me um get likes and get the videos shared so more people can, be a part of the show. And how it works is simple. Just share it. It's not costing you nothing to share. And every time I ask to subscribe, I remember one lady dear to my heart, she did ask me how much it costs to subscribe. It doesn't cost you nothing. Just click the subscribe button. Like the video for those of you. I see 7 people watching right now, so please like the video, the 7 of you, because that helps as well. So yeah, help me grow the channel, please, 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 please. I wanted to get 2,000 subscribers by my birthday, which was the 30th of April. I didn't reach there, but I after last week's show, I saw more than what was there the week before. So again, let me say thanks to those of you who, without me nudging you and begging you and bribing you to subscribe to the channel, you have done so. And even if you don't like the content, but you watch it, yeah, still do something. Even comment, say something bad because it still help. So I'm live on my YouTube channel, which is DP Live, and I'm live on my Facebook channel, which is Damian Phillips. My Damian is spelled with two N's, so that's DAMIAN, I'm a head big, my forehead big. My lips and my nose and my ears cute. Those are some of the compliments I've gotten over the time. So you won't be able to miss me. So I'm live there now. If you're watching on Facebook, I can't force you, but I still prefer if you watch on YouTube. I just put it over there to get people to click over. So again, thanks to those of you who have been liking and supporting the movement. I appreciate it a lot. Um, so again, big up. Thanks for being here. Thanks to management and of Vibes Corner Radio for allowing me the opportunity, because I do take it as a privilege. Vibes Corner Radio is a big radio station, and they have allowed me to be on there, and I feel nice. If you go up to the website, you see all my picture up on there and all of the other presenters, and yeah, Mr. Young, big up yourself. Baddest party DJ. Yeah. So yeah. You can my picture is over there. I'm feel nice. Yep, see me there. I scroll right now. And my photo is right beside DJ Unknown. Big up yourself, DJ Unknown. DJ Unknown is on Sundays, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. And then he's back 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And that's Eastern Standard Time. He's also on Wednesday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. and then 9 p.m. to 1 to 11, sorry, p.m. And of course, I'm on Mondays 9 p.m. to 10. And I was told that as of last week, because the show was so nice, management have decided to give me, like, I can go on. So remember that something is coming up, right? Election is coming up. So we're going to have times when this show definitely go over 1 hour. You understand? So right now, I was told that everything is in place. So even if I go a minute over 10, I shouldn't announce that. You know why? Because people have this thing where, and I saw it last week. They wait till like 10 minutes before 10 to start joining the show, and the number of them start go up. And there's a thing about seeing numbers. I miss the days when I was on cable where the only way I could gauge the amount of people watching was based on the call volume. Although people tell me that that wasn't safe because a lot of people just watch my show just to listen and them nervous, they never want to call, and people say them not say the right thing and whatever. But yeah, but no, it's all about numbers. So you just look and see how many people on, and like I said, people use that to troll you to tell you that have not 3,000 views like some other people. That's that. All right. So starting off on a sad note, um, a 9 year old, another beautiful soul has been snuffed out by a brutal criminal, and it has caused this dark cloud over Jamaica and over people that care about people that you don't even know. Some people say they don't listen to the news, they don't watch it because it's depressing and it's this and that and thing, but they don't ever find it in themselves to empathize with loved ones and victims who have to go through certain things. Um, so yeah, we learned over the weekend that just before Mother's Day, this 9 year old was killed. She was found in the barrel of her home. And this is one of the time when I'm glad me not hear nobody a come up with no foolishness about where was the mother and da 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 and them kind of something there, because regardless of circumstances, that don't give nobody no right to take the life of a 9 year old. And in the report, it's also stated that the child may have been sexually molested. And it's just heartening. It's just cruel. It's just wicked. And I heard even this evening, a lead journalist in Jamaica was batting for JFJ. I am one of those people, and she say, "Oh, it's 10 years now." And people still asking when stuff like this, where JFJ they, if you come out. But I was listening to a radio show last week and somebody said something and I'm in agreement with them. Because when I hear JFJ, the acronym stands for Jamaica for Justice. Would I really glad if that actually covers the entire, even me when I live in a Jamaica, but I'm a Jamaican. You understand me? I said that would have make me feel good. But the image that they've put out, and I realized that almost every media practitioner think it's their prerogative, it's their mandate to state that what JFJ is for. It's against government. I don't know if them say against. I shouldn't say against. But the mandate for JFJ is state killing or brutality or whatever. So change it then, man. Change it from Jamaican for Justice to something else, because that is why Dean Jackson Miller, 20 years now, people saying no. And I post a picture today, a photograph of the mother of the 9 year old, with her back turned and stuff. And I say, um, I don't remember what I say, but I was saying something. Oh yeah, I was questioning if JFJ, anyone from JFJ heart actually, feel something, feel move when them see stuff like this. And again, I am not saying that every time when something bad happen, the JFJ must come out and make this big press conference and whatever, whatever. But I would feel better if they make some form of statement. And I'm not the only one. There are people saying, why is it when the police put out their most wanted lists and name personnels, why is it that we don't have the JFJ who end up seeming like they're only concerned about criminals? Why we don't get a press release from them saying, listen, Andre, whatever, we are asking you to turn yourself into the police and, we support law abiding and other. That would have helped. But that is too much. So I was questioning over the weekend if they put out a statement like that, would that take away from the funding that they're getting, because that would be considered that they're stepping out of their mandate? Yeah, my question them kind of something there. I hope I don't experience nothing like this, but I'm telling you the truth. Like, if when you hear of them disturbing news here, you actually see a report, or not a report, you see something issue. If it's even a tweet on X to say we are against this and whatever, whatever. Like, may I question it? Would it cost them to lose funding? So why almost every media practitioner think that they need to say when people are calling? Because the next thing, I have to ask it, is Jamaica a democratical country? Because I realize if you're not saying what certain people want you to be saying, then something wrong. However, in scrolling today, I saw nationwide news um, published something, and I'm going to read it for you. I think I'll be able to play the audio as well. Executive Director of Jamaicans, see, it's a Jamaicans, Jamaicans for Justice, JFJ, Michael Jackson, has condemned what she described as the uh, heinous murder of 9-year-old Kelsey Farragon. In the opening statement of the JFJ's radio show, Let's Talk Justice on Nationwide 90 FM, Jackson also welcomed the state response in providing support to the family um, and school. So let's listen because I haven't played it. I intentionally say I want to get the same feeling that you guys, if you haven't heard it, get tonight. I'm going to listen if I can hear soul into our statement. I'm going to listen. I mean, make sure I say it no on record. I'm going to be critiquing how she sound. Understand? So let's play the.
It's a very somber Monday. From the weekend, I think an entire country has been rocked by the shocking news surrounding the death of 9-year-old Kelsey, who died in a manner that no parent can ever imagine their child. You know, an act that is just so heinous. And our thoughts here with the family of Kelsey and the brother who found her body, and to her classmates and the St. John's Primary. Our prayers with you, and we hope that the counseling support that has been triggered by the state would help as best as it can in the circumstances.
All right. So that's Mikhail, and as I was gonna critique it, but I'm going to leave that for you, the viewers, um to share how you feel about that. So that is the sentiments. There are more people who are of the opinion that JFJ does not represent them, and I am one of such persons. So Diane is asking why for the last 20 years it seems like people don't get it, what the JFJ is about. So change the damn name then, man. Somebody saying that I am a sounding a bit low. I don't know why, because all my numbers here are indicating that I should be audible. So I don't know, you can try turn up your listening device, please. David said not convincing. Not convincing. Yeah, try turn up your listening device and see if that helps. So I've released the overlay for your comments, so your comments will be flowing. I beg of you, please keep the comments civil because it's been recorded on the two places, Facebook. Also, we're I think I'm live on Vibes Corner website as well. So yeah, not get me in a trouble, because as Miss Kitty used to say, I don't want to have to go downtown go sell rat poison. Yeah, then I'm gonna want to get kicked off of Vibes kind of radio. So keep it civil, and even if unfriendly foes come over here, that don't do them too bad. Don't act like them. Remember, Michelle Obama said, "When they go low, we go high." All right. So that's that. So Diane is saying she don't get it. Why for 20 years now people asking this foolishness about why JFJ don't come out. Let's listen to Diane.
That Jamaicans for Justice is a human rights group that advocates against against abuse. What should I say?
Yeah,
Human
I
rights
have no
abuses
say.
perpetrated by the state. When one dirty criminal kills somebody or rapes somebody picnic, that is not an action by a state agency. It does not fall into the remit of an organization like Jamaicans for Justice. People have been saying this for like 20 years. Me not get it. Anyway, we can't.
All right. So you hear the frustration. That she don't get why we're saying Listen, when one man, and I don't know what true it is, but I did some screenshots because I was hearing this from over the weekend that there are people like JFJ who have a problem with people like me when my call say, listen, I couldn't care. My father dead, so let me use him. If I'm a father that accused of murder or rape, me not think so them people if get no bail. No, make the laws, the laws of the land do what them need to do. That is what I think for happen. Because now we're seeing, and whether I wish it has so yes or no, what is being published and circulated is that this man was out on bail for similar. I think it's alleged that him raped him stepdaughter and broke her two arms or something to that effect, and he was in jail for 3 years. You know something else I'm in the ear? And let me say big up to all of my lawyer friend them. Why me not hear nobody ask who I'm liar? Like, who get bail for him? Like, somebody had said first, and this is why you can't just follow everything, the first report that you hear, because I even posted based on what I heard that he got bail like the day before. But I saw something else that seems more credible, stated that he got bail about a week ago on similar things. I'm going to play a representative from the child's agency, which she ended up putting her prosecutorial hat or cap and was explaining the whole thing. That if him they reach the level for get bail, based on our constitution, which even sometimes when people say constitution, I'm like, who does the constitution protects? You know, may I say? If him reach the level, not a flight risk, blah 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 blah. You have this whole thing where them say you're innocent until proven otherwise. Some people say guilty and all of this. But something else that was really touching. I woke up to several posting that his mother, the alleged rapist, murderer, came out against it. And I heard even on the news this evening, the mother talking and saying she's relieved. Him choose as a 30-something-year-old said that's the life where him want to live. And she's relieved because it wasn't. We need more people like those. We need more family member like those who say your relative are do what them not supposed to do and a cause all kind of embarrassment and your family name. Push them out, man. Push them out. And again, I am one of those persons who have no problem. I mean, know people like Dr. Gale. I got have all kind of adjectives to address me. But I am one of them who don't have a problem with seeing the murder rates, figures, whatever you want to call it, going down, as in criminal shooting, and seeing, and let me use the character, alleged criminals choosing to meet their maker. When I hear somebody like a Hyman, Ralston Hyman, saying no, I think the only thing that me hear him say good about the Prime Minister. I think it was Friday I was listening, and him said, no, man. Him agree. There are some of them people here where they are beyond rehabilitation. So them just need to just meet them maker, just like what the Prime Minister said. So I found it interesting because this was a statement that a lot of PNP and a lot of media personnel and other people had a problem with when the Prime Minister said, listen, is either when we come for you, you have a decision, you have a choice to make. You're either going to meet your maker or face a judge. And I saw the sentiments from Friday, people saying, no, if this is true, if this is not the first time he might do it or whatever, him no need to go sit down in a jail cell and then end up with prison and eat taxpayer money and all of these things. Because if you're rape, again, because I have to try to qualify it, rape is rape. But part of me, I have a good brethren of my respect, and he oftentimes say on here that a life is a life. And he does not value a child's life or a woman's life over anybody else. Part of me want to agree, but there's another part of me will say no. As a parent, I feel no, like just you can't don't even imagine it. I was about to say, can you imagine losing your child before Mother's Day? But that is not even something that I want nobody to even imagine. But somebody chose to take away the life of a 9-year-old. And listening again to the news earlier this evening, they went by the school, and she had such a caring heart. That's Kelsey. She was the one that would go to the teacher and say, Miss, the little boy there nah eating on a lunchtime and thing. Me don't know if him spend off him lunch money yet or what, but when him tell me is XYZ. And I always question why it seems like wicked people not dead. Why it seems like a wicked people always a flourish and get what them want, and good decent people who have a caring heart. 'Cause I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't consider myself as no extremely caring kind of person. Yeah, most people would agree with that too. But a nice, promising young life as Kelsey. Somebody decides, say, you know what happened? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Guys, what the number there? 37 now, let me see I watch, I mean, I see 37 likes. And I see Carida here on Facebook. So yeah, so Facebook is working, YouTube. Please, if you see even click the like, it does help. Trust me. So I did ask in my Vox Pop this evening, why is it? Because here again, this question come up. Nationwide asking their public opinion if it's time for the sexual registry to be published. At one point, we didn't have a sex registry in Jamaica. And it's not sex registry, it's sexual offenders registry. At one point, there was no such thing, but I don't know how they end up putting one together, but they did or they have. But when I hear discussions, and I think the last time I really took in a discussion was the same Diane Jackson Miller from RJR. She had a discussion. I think it was 2002. It was. And I think Mr. Vegas has been an advocate for the publication of it. So again, so let me inform those of you if you haven't know. Yes, there is one. So when you are convicted, not charged, when you're convicted of a sexual offense, then your name get placed on that. But only certain people can access it. So say for example, a school, you're going to hire a PE teacher, you can actually make a request and to run the person for check out them antecedent, um and that's how that work. And you have other, I think, government agency and all of that. I heard in the Vox Pop this evening there was a Richard, I think it was, and he was batting for the registry not to be published. And me I like, me sorry, but me I go judge him. Me feel say film name need for dep on the registry, and that's how I feel. Anybody who think that a sex offense registry should not be published, them either protect some child molester, some sex offenders, or they themselves are guilty of same. Because and then I hear people criticizing about, oh, we love follow America cause da 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 whatever. What is wrong with you knowing that? Listen, see 2 hours down from your road, your yard, this a man I got prison. He was found guilty for the murder and rape of a 9-year-old. What is so wrong? So here the argument that them put forward. The argument is that Jamaica is too small and we're a violent community. Hello. Hello. So that is the argument, That is always the argument. We're too small and people are going to hunt down people and do all kind of thing. And again, forgive me because I'm of the Christian belief. But I feel like I have to control my emotions. Yeah. So again, I'm not just talking about somebody being accused of. I'm sure JFJ will be against making yeah, of course, yes. Yeah, man. We can't talk on behalf of Michael Jackson. No. Nothing that is going to protect the society and the country is going to be supported by JFJ, Michael Jackson, and others. And they are just normal Jamaicans who every time the discussion come up are against it. So this is my Vox question. For those of you watching, I did send it out to some of my peeps. I'm going to be playing a few of them, if not all, if times permit. But the question is, why do you think there are people who are against the sex offense registry be published? Why? Why? Maybe they have family members involved. Yeah, Mr. David, them a protect. Also, I wouldn't mind getting some phone calls because I do not like to hear my voice. So I'm going to drop the number And if you want to call me, if you're outside of the United States, you can use WhatsApp to call. I do answer WhatsApp calls. Some want hear some voices tonight and hear from you. More and know how you really feel about this. To know that a young life, promising, and I can't even make up nothing to say. Oh, she not even do this and that. No. When I heard the news, found in a barrel. How? How? What? So what I think need to happen, we need to get to the bottom of the problem. So if there's something in our nation causing a 30 something year old to think this is the choice that I want to make, we need to find out what is causing that and treat with it. I believe that. We need to find out what the problem, because this is not right. I mean, nah, stop saying it. The people them were back them kind of something here. I have to question them. I have to question them. So let's listening to Nationwide. Um, and I just said, let's listen to Nationwide. You know exactly what happened, right? I go to my phone to open. Oh no, I was going to read this tweet that I saw from ML, L Lariston. No, that's the Twitter handler. Do you say Twitter handler or you say X handler? Whatever. It says, this has got to be a sick joke. The suspect, Giovanni Ellis, I know very well, and know that he was bailed just over a week ago on a charge of rape and breaking both arms of his stepdaughter, for which he was in custody for about 3 years. His fate is sealed, one way or another. And ML actually tweet that on a nationwide post that says, breaking news. Oh, we never did say this yet. Okay, but anyways, breaking news: a police manhunt is underway for 39-year-old Ellis. The man believed that to be the perpetrator of the gruesome rape and murder of a 9-year-old. Reports are that the girl was suffered suffered in a barrel. Sorry, stuff. What am I talking about? The girl was found stuffed in a barrel on Job Lane in St. Catherine. Again, oh no, that is the news, and not the news that what Mr. Me did think me never say yes. But yeah, so they actually confronted him this morning in Clarendon, and he did exactly what the Prime Minister said: choose to meet his maker. So now we have to talk about him in the past tense. So there are already people mounting stuff to say, but we still don't know if I him do it, which DNA I got prove that. I'm going to play somebody from the PNP who kind of feel kind of disheartened about it. And I don't want nobody ask me why me play them people voice, because we need to know exactly how them people I think. Yeah. So I'm going to go to that in a little bit. But he's no longer here with us. He has chose to meet his maker. And a lot of person have seen that as good news. So let's go to
Nationwide
nationwide
news at
news.
6.
Good evening with the headlines at 6. I'm Shalois Michael. There was a somber and emotionally charged atmosphere at St. John's Primary School in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Monday, where 9-year-old Kelsey Farragon was a student. Kelsey was brutally murdered sometime between 1 and 8 p.m. last Friday. Kelsey's class teacher, Miss Candice Coburn, described her as a model student.
Kelsey, all the positive words you could think of. She's a leader. I appointed her to be the group leader for our group. She's always someone who you would come to find a solution to try and fix a problem that's happening in the class. Kelsey was so quiet. She was so quiet. She didn't shout. She's kind. She would normally walk around and check on the other students. If someone is not eating, that's Kelsey. She's gonna come and tell me, and she's gonna say, Miss Coburn, this boy is not eating. He said this or he said that. I don't know if he spent off the lunch money, but that's what he said. And she would share her lunch with the person.
Miss Coburn says Kelsey was often paired with other students to help with various school activities due to her helpful nature. She noted that grieving will be difficult for the entire school community.
We have a strong school family behind us, and the guidance department is always working. So it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. As you can see, those are our closest peers from they came in. Even mommy told me on the weekend that it's so hard for them. They would normally they have a little clique. They won't ever see her again. Yeah, and just looking at the empty spot, that's the hardest.
Candice Coburn, teacher of 9-year-old Kelsey Ferrigan. Meanwhile, Commander of Area 5, ACP Christopher Phillips, says Giovanni Ellis was shot dead after several attempts to get him to surrender peacefully fell on deaf ears.
Investigation led a team from St. Catherine North into the Clarendon area, where Giovanni Ellis, the person of interest in Kelsey's murder, was fatally shot in the parliamentary district of Sandy Bay in Clarendon earlier today. Ellis reportedly pointed a pistol at the St. Catherine North team, and the weapon was subsequently seized after police took evasive action. We did make several calls and pleas for Ellis to turn himself in, but unfortunately he decided otherwise.
Ellis was also said to be a repeat offender who was out on bail. ACP Phillips is calling for the sex offenders registry to be used effectively in preventing an increase in sexual crimes against the nation's children.
More reports are being made of sexual offenses against children, and often close family members and friends being implicated. I want to renew our call for a more effective application of the use of the Sexual Offenders Registry as a tool to prevent such heinous crime. We urge everyone to be proactive in reporting any suspicious behavior or concerns about the safety of our children.
ACP Christopher Phillips, Area 5 Commander.
All right, so that is the news there. I did say I was going to play for you, uh, Diane.
This person, and I suspect, it's now going to be a matter of academic interest
because
because
he's
he's
dead
no
now.
longer with us.
Right.
Yes. But just if it is, for example, and this is me now being putting on my prosecutor hat,
Right.
if it is that he were charged for the first time in that past matter,
Mm-hmm.
and the judge, in assessing the issues, felt that this is a case where he could be admitted to bail, because he's not a flight risk and so on
Right.
and so
Right.
forth, then I can understand why he would have been on bail.
Right.
If, however, it was the second such charge,
Mm-hmm.
or the third, or there was
Mm-hmm.
something in his antecedents that said, no, man, something is a little bit up
The
here,
risk is high.
then the risk becomes higher. And then I
Mm-hmm.
think, we could perhaps speak about the fact that he was on bail with a little bit more force. But without knowing what the judge had to preside over
Yes. Right.
and
It's
what
hard
he
to
or she had
judge.
to consider, it's hard to say that he ought not to have been on bail.
Right.
Would have been a lot stronger now if it
Mm-hmm.
is that on this occasion,
Mm-hmm.
if he were brought in before the court for Kelsey's assault and murder, then of course
Mm-hmm.
it would be a very, very strong position for the Crown to resist bail on, to say, look, this offense was committed whilst he was on bail for another one,
Mm-hmm.
etc., etc.
But that's
But
but that's another whole interesting topic.
you know,
That's another whole. In you're listening to clips from Power 106. Dr. Herbert Gale, talking to Diane Garden. Webley, is that your name? Special guest. I was talking to somebody the other day, and again, we have to wonder how the law really works because the person was sharing when that at one point in time, they had to apply for a restraining order against, I think it was a baby father or something like that, and you made the application, and they basically had to prove to the court why they should grant the thing. And basically, all that was submitted, the court still went against it. And I'm like, why is it seems like the law and justice and order is more, a responsive kind of thing than proactive? Because this person felt like her life was in danger. And she requested not that people can't do nothing what them want to do with a restraining order, but at least that would have been signed. But as I heard, she saw a while ago, she put on her prosecutorial cap. And on one offense, kind of thing, a repeated thing, and I'm like, okay, so based on the allegation, he raped he raped his stepdaughter and broke both arms, and he was in jail for 3 years. And I guess somebody said no, that goes against his constitutional rights, and then they released him on bail, and a week after took a life. All right, so another clip I was going to play is this one.
Kill another child. For that matter. I'm happy. But how do I this brother was captured, and taken in?
So PMP don't want these people to check out.
Say them life threatened, it might be can't nothing. So I don't really want to talk too much on it. I want to know that he's not on the street again.
Okay.
But you know what is sad, my brother? These incidents have been happening in Jamaica over a long period of time. Remember the Amanda Dean, remember we can call at least 70 of them in the last in the recent memories.
Okay.
And what happened is that Bush as Prime Minister, PJ as Prime Minister, Bush as Prime Minister, Andrews as Prime Minister, we visit the scene. They console the victims. Also right there. They talk tough, and then civil society, children, advocate, everybody come down, and in 2 weeks time, everything done, we gone back to normal.
Without the structures, that's what you're saying?
Yes, we gone right back to normal.
But there's a SOCA and various structures in place now to protect
them gone right back to normal.
Okay.
What is happening, my brother, is that we do not value our people. Because we have seen in other societies where if a child is killed, and when a greatest crime can ever commit, but we do not value life in this country.
Enough.
We value, and we have become so individualistic that nothing bothers us again, one at a time. We do not value life. And until we start to value life more than everything else, we'll continue to have these reports over and over, and the cry will continue, and then it stop, and it continue, the cycle will continue. I see our Prime Minister going to visit the victims the other day, and then he started to talk tough. But I remember a few years ago, when he was in opposition, a confessed, convicted child rapist was overseas. When the then government said, they are not going to pay, they're going to buy no ticket to come over. Like with a pilot. The JLP opposition with Prime Minister Andrew Orris now as a leader, as the opposition leader, bought a first-class ticket for that gentleman and went to the airport, him and an entourage of JLP people, and go receive the man and start because the government, then government say, boy, we don't care about our citizens. If he had care about children being raped and killed and anything happened to them, he would never have gone out there and buy a first-class ticket to bring the man to Jamaica. That when the man find him we can a pilot. So when Mr. Andrew has come out yesterday, it's all for sure. Any owner camera is not there, Andrew is not going there. He's a very deceptive person, and we need to get rid of Andrew on this. Look up yourself, my friend.
All right, sir. Well, it's interesting because prime ministers are expected to attend these things. But what is being questioned here is the prime minister's genuine commitment. I don't know if I can endorse that he has no genuine commitment. But the truth of the matter is that prime ministers often attend these things, especially funerals. And a lot of it is genuine, but also there are possibilities of just politicking. So we're gonna leave it there, though.
So Dr. Gale can't help himself. I don't know if he heard of my criticism last week and before, but you notice how he just allowed John to talk and say all kind of crap, and no restraining him in any way or form. I think he's a fan of John. John know him can't try that with Kema and McEachran in the morning. He can't try it with Jody. He can't try it with Simon. But whenever he calls Dr. Gale, he gets his free reign to just spew whatever he feels like spewing. So John moved from saying, him can't really say I'm happy, say Ellis was cut down. So I guess, him like JFJ would have preferred if that wasn't the case. So if it was a case where we still hear so the man on the loose, I'm all right with that. Again, I think I join the many Jamaicans who will sleep better tonight. Kelsey's school community, fellow students, I'm sure they'll be going through some form of counseling, but they will feel better knowing that the person who have done such a wicked thing to them little classmates won't be able to do this to anybody else. And thank you very much. That's exactly where I was going to go. They had to put a politics spin to it. You hear, and I remember was it the 7? There was a shooting. I think it was late last year. And this brother was on radio saying the prime minister shouldn't go down there. And then somebody pointed out to him to say, but the leader of the opposition was there. And of course, him not have nothing to say about that. But everything, as I hear him say a while ago, we must get rid of Andrew Holness. Have to put. So even with the life that has been lost, and not lost, but taken, him have to find, couldn't help himself. And like I say again, Dr. Gale, one of those persons who my ratings and respect is waning because to me, if you support certain things, I'm okay with you saying we're no longer friends or you don't want to be friends with me. I'm totally all right with that because I believe that if you support things that I am against, then me and you being friends, yeah, it don't make no sense. Because my mother used to say, show me a company and me tell you who you are. You know? Same people that will criticize. I wanted to go somewhere else tonight, but 12 minutes remaining and nobody now call. So maybe that's the only way I'll go over 10 o'clock because I still have the voice notes which I ask. The question is why you think there are people who do not want the sex offense registry to be published? And let me say thanks to those of you who have responded. I don't know if you're listening to here. So I think I want to take up the 11 minutes that I have remaining instead of just chatting to hear your voice. This is the one of the problem that I have with herbs. John gets away with too much. Yeah, man. And like I said, Michael, I heard him several times him repeat himself and say, listen, when John come, because John does his research and him have him things, whatever, and come with your facts. Come with your facts. Anytime John go to anywhere else with him foolishness. I heard him just last week when he said something and Kemai was correcting him and him say, anyway, all right, let's move on. And Kemai said, no. Let's go back to whatever. You're not going to allow to just say what you want to say. And of course, them stone figuratively Kemai last week, Friday, because he was checking them. When them said them foolishness and them I said, no, based on the reports, no one saw it good. They don't want to hear that. But like I say, John know that I'm have a fan in Herbert Gale. All right. So the question was, why do you think there are people who um people who are for the withholding of the sex registry?
When I run our grandkids, whether it be
All right, let's
male
start
or
that from the top.
female.
Let's start it from the top.
You understand? Because we're not just protecting our sons, we're protecting our daughters, our grandsons, and our granddaughters. Because These people, they have no heart. They have no heart. And there should be a register for them, and they should not be allowed in certain areas. Understand? Where, I don't know, but people like those are not supposed to be in the public space where people have their children and grandchildren. And I hope something is done very soon. I hope something is done very soon. It's hard. It's heartrending. It's heartrending, man, to know that although it hasn't hit our own back door, but there are people who are in distress because of these situations, and it need to stop. Definitely need to stop.
All right, that is one. Let's go to this one.
It is possibly due to them having friends or close associates that might show up on the registry. So they're protecting somebody.
All right, so that's another comment. Person are of the opinion that those who do not want the sex registry to be published is because they have maybe close friends and relatives on the. But every time I think about it, I think this is so wrong. You know, we know this whole Airbnb, which is, and everybody do Airbnb, short-term rental. That's the correct term because Airbnb is a whole entity by itself. Um, and yeah, run a thing and somebody just apply and say them are calling and say they want to come stay at your place. You know, think it would have nice to know say this a person here have certain dirt on them. And I don't want nobody come to me with the Christian way of thinking to say, oh, you must forgive. Because I'm sure that the previous stepdaughter when him did do whatever too, he's still in pain today. Yeah. And you're supposed to just move past certain things. No, man, you forgive somebody who, then come over your yard and thief on bicycle. Because you can replace stuff like that. You understand? Let's go to another Fox Pop. Responding to my question, why do you think there are people who are against the publication of the sex offense registry?
Hi, DP. Good night. Uh, the reason, the as you said, yes, the registry has been around a couple years now, but it's not that it's not published; it's that it's not made public where all of us have access, all the citizens of Jamaica has access to it, and that's the issue. A certain entity has it, and you have to prove whether you're police or whoever, you have to prove why you need access to it. Which for me is I'm saying isn't the fact that you are a citizen of this country and you have it's your right to protect you and yours, right? Isn't Shouldn't that be you know valid enough reason for you to want to know if a sex offender is living right beside you or even in your home? So I think the reason why a lot of persons don't want it to be published is because them and their friends are on it, right? There are people who they want to protect, because why would you want to protect the perpetrator? You want to protect the person that is doing the crime. Sometimes the victims are put out there and the person who does the crime is not put there. What are you protecting? Right? Put it out there, because the reason why it's not being made public to all of us is because they're saying jungle justice and all, whatever is whatever. I think it's because they're hiding some people, they want to protect some people, and that is the issue.
Thank you very much for that response. And let me get some more here.
Point blank period. Let me tell you why. Enough of them family are do it. Enough of them are do it too. So if them publish it, all of them are gonna be out there. Cause no go come. All the higher power them are trouble like a pitney. No go come. That me I say.
You hear that? Strong Jamaicans word, no go come. No go come. Let's see if we have some
So
more.
I strongly believe that enough of the people them who oppose it, them are part of it. Or they have family member who are part of it, or the higher ups are involved. Vex who want vex, cuss who want cuss. That is my opinion.
I miss the days of doing Vox Pop when I would be in Port Antonio Street and just getting the views of people. And what I like about this, I sent it out before coming on. So it's not a case where people listening to the show or listen to my point of view and then their thing, but you already get the consensus of my listeners. These are the kind of friends that me keep because I'm a WhatsApp group. Me send this out to. Yeah, me know. I doubt. I still have more to play. I doubt I'm going to get anybody saying, "No, man, don't make it public." Let's go to this one.
And I made me think about America, bro. Yeah, and I made me think about America since something are public knowledge. You see me? But things like that should be public knowledge, though. But I guess Jamaica is a very we are secretive people and we does things that we don't want people to know about people, no?
Yeah. So all right. Let's go to another one. If you're just joining me at the end of the show, because the show is from 9 to 10 Eastern Standard Time, 8 to 9 Jamaica. Like me say, we can go over. So maybe if people start calling me 1 minute to 10, I'll start taking the phone calls and then we may go over. But so far we're about to end close to 10. So I'm just playing voice notes that I've solicited before coming on here and just hearing people's response to my question. Why? I'm not asking if the sex registry should be made public because I'm tired to hear people answer that the question there. And then that's why I asked at the beginning of my show, are we a democratic country or is Jamaica a democratic country? Because most people want this list to be made public. You understand? So why are the people them who don't want it? Why are them a win?
I hope I'm not too late in responding, but I think the reasons are obvious why them don't want it to be posted because it can possibly hinder their chances at employment on a particular level, stigma from within their community, alienation because of it, just all the negatives that should come with it will come with it. And on the flip side, there are some persons who were wrongfully um, wrongfully charged, and it might just be like something that is going to stain their entire life forever and ever. Amen.
And here all views must content. So this is what happened. When you're charged, your name's supposed to be published, right? So everybody that have been charged, the name is public, are published. So again, I think, and I don't know if my friend is listening, this is how the registry would help. So if somebody is accused wrongfully and they go to they get accused wrongfully, then if that is borne out in court, then them not go up on the registry. Yeah. Them just not go up on the registry. But if you get 15 years, 10 years, whatever in a prison, so no longer should you say allegedly. Because from you're found guilty, no allegation no did so anymore. You're guilty of the crime. Why the name should not be made? Why there's not a list? Why the list? Not there's not a list. Why the list? I cannot just go and search Damian Phillips antecedent. Why?
But just as to the message, I'm there at work, I'm just coming at the EP. I'm listening to a show right now and I also listen, so much corruptions in our country, right? Not wanting to publish a sex registry is just out of pocket. I have questions about that, and personally, I feel as if the government have something to hide. Maybe they have people in parliament on the registry, or them slack up or something, or them have people, or them have pay for them dirty work. I don't know. We have to get somebody from parliament who can answer this for it. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for the comment. Maybe she mean wrongfully convicted, body blue based. Um, only convicted would be yes. Only convicted people would be placed on. But the same argument, like I saying, there are people putting forward the argument to say, they are even if you're found guilty, and this is why I have to take my hats off to the mother of Ellis because from day one, she has said, no, me know, yo, that the boy they, and yeah, because there are people. I have this tweet, and it's more than maybe 7, 8 years. I have this tweet in my phone. A female tweeted on Twitter to say she's sorry, but if her brother girlfriend accuse him of the R word and she knows it's true, she not anymore over to no police. Time is now a minute past 10. This is officially where the show should have ended, but I have some more Vox Pops. I'm going to play that.
No, me not have any grounds on which to stand on that, you know. I have to do an investigation, but that is not even my part what me really get. Me not have no access to them part there, you understand? I have to get to Sissoko personnel who can knowledge keep me give me equip about certain knowledge why them withheld it. Why them take so long to publish it? Why them not publishing it? You understand? Is it politically inclined? So I don't know. I don't want to speak. Sissoko personnel are the best person to get to.
Okay. See if I have any more that I have missed because I would hate to get off the show and somebody said, DP, oh yeah, ask me for Vox Pop. And when my answer, use my comment. So um, I'm just going through here to double check to make sure I've utilized all that I've gotten. I think one is still coming in. So I'll await that comment and I'll definitely share it. So yeah, this is the end of the show. Like, trust me, I really wanted to talk some politics tonight. Let me just give you a hint of what I wanted to talk about. I saw the member of parliament for East Portland made a post with a video with the school bus going through section of Portland and saying, yep, this our mad them, this our give them headache. And I, I happen to hear some clips from a brother who have a podcast recording video and thing. And trust me, a good chunk of his show was about the bus. And they have some allegations which himself read out or mention, and then him go say, well, we don't know if it's true, I'm like, what? So strident, da-da-da, this and that, because I'm not even going to repeat some of the stuff. But they're saying all kind of something. I heard John last week, and John like when people call him name. I think that's why I'm just agitate like that. I heard John saying that the bus park and an old bus them bring into the country and yada 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 and Asted call fat, which when I saw the bus rolling out, I'm like, Ah, so Jonathan lie said the bus park he broke down. Like, make it make sense. It don't make no sense. But yes, the school bus is giving them headache. I have a clip I can't leave since I mentioned that this guy called from America and he was wishing bad things on the whole school bus system. At first, I heard that the taxi association or the taxi people, some of them would have a problem with it. The wanting to be member of parliament for West Portland, I heard recordings of her also um, two mouth kind of thing. She's saying, yeah, thank God for the bus system, but this mean early summer or early summer for taxi operators. And if the government or if the representatives, they must do this collective thing and everybody's supposed to benefit and thing. And I'm like, these people are confusing. It's not political. The jungle justice is the biggest concern. All right, let's address that. The human rights group will always raise that. Sorry. The government has to take that into consideration. All right, but we saw it where them did want to extend the age for retirement and them going to parliament and that is something PMP did cost about. Them just shove something through and yeah, whatever. So this is why, and this is not just yesterday. So this is not an Andrew Owens administration problem. This is a Jamaican problem where I think we need to just grab the bull by the horn, and just do what is right. Yeah. I wouldn't want, if I had a daughter, I wouldn't want my daughter go and apply. So say, for example, and let me use a gas station. I wouldn't want a convicted rapist who now owns a gas station to employ my 18-year-old daughter just fresh coming out of school. Like, no, I wouldn't want that. More than one know she said, boy, daddy, you may I take a time off from school, whatever, whatever. May help you save up some money, and thing, and then go college next year or whatever and thing. Or, maybe she want a couple more. Whatever the case is, I would want to can go and say, all right, Jonathan Grant, let me check and see, how your things stay. Yeah, that's all. So this jungle justice thing, again, I think it does not bear fruit because I just said it a while ago. And thanks for the post, though. Don't think I'm attacking you because people tend to not understand me when I talk or when I respond. I'm not attacking you. Thanks. That is what people are, the human rights group, pushing out. But I'm just saying, bear fruit, because when you're charged, I just stated that when you're charged, not found guilty, when you're charged, your name is published. The newspaper, the news media, all of them talk and say Everton Bloomfield, and I'm just making up these names, as you must be realized by now. Everton Bloomfield was arrested on charge for sexually assaulting 14-year-old Beverly Green, yada yada whatever. So your name is out there. So the part we may have a problem with is when it's just like a statement that, no, I don't hear it so much, where they used to say in the 90s that Jamaica is a homophobic country. Rubbish. Jamaica is not a homo. And again, to have a phobia means you have a fear. Jamaicans don't have a fear for homosexuals. They don't. It's just a practice that they do not support. Well, I would say in concert, as in the whole. I don't think the whole country support homosexuality. Not that there aren't section of the country that does, because me sure not every community people can point at somebody and say, even if they're not a proof, but then grew up on here said that's somebody there, ray, right? Nobody is going to take up on themselves. I can guarantee we won't have no death squad where say, here what we are gonna do. We are gonna just like how they attack on beryllium, where them just say, all right, beryllium driver, them we gonna go for them. You remember that little stint there? Yeah. Nobody is just going to take up on themselves and say, every day when them publish a new name, we are gonna just go snuff them out. Me not see that happening. I do not. And see, in this case, it's alleged that the dude had a gun. So it's not no innocent person this we're talking about. So again, when people question JFJ and some lawyers and some other people with defend some kind of thing, like, we want to feel like the law is there to protect us. We want to do, because this is what may I say. I heard somebody in Nationwide Vox Pop saying they should publish, not just made public, they should publish in every post office and libraries and whatever and thing. And me nah go so far. Like I said a while ago, the point I made a while ago, the analogy I gave, I would want to know that, listen, me decide, say, me see one company, I go make up some house, and them I say them I come from Colombia, and me not give a free ad, me just a talk about them, because me like the sound of it. Feel like me want to buy land and buy a couple of them 4 million house there. So, because a boom now, I say, all right, I go buy two of them house there and whatever, and I go rent them out or whatever. I would want to be able to just in the comfort of my house, just like I did the other day, I sat in my bed and applied for my Jamaican passport that was expired in March. Right in my bed, me take out my picture on my phone, me not even use my phone, take a picture. I already had a selfie. And I did picture me submit. And me there, I say, I only hope they not reject it in because I have one place I say, if the picture not reach whatever standard, them I go reject it, whatever, blah, blah. But it's a fairly new photo. It was within 6 months. So, right from my phone. Well, no, it was actually my laptop. But I used right in the comfort of my house to apply for my passport. And I remember how rigorous the whole thing was. Because I have passport from me, I must around 15. You did have a couple of people. Model, I did one of them, and Kato, I did one of them from Portland, where you could pay these guys to go into Kingston to go get your passport for you. So then would have carry it in with your passport picture, you sign the form and everything, and you pay them more than what it would have cost, because me no one got no town and all of these things. So you pay them for their service. So they would have, taken your application, pictures, everything, whatever, brought it to Kingston, drop it off, and then go back whichever, and then bring you back your passport. I was able to do that. So why me can't just go so boom and say, listen, me want know. I have something to deal with these people because I don't think you just a go. All right, why they don't set it up this way? So you just complain. Set it up this way now because everything people doing on the internet. If you do a search, just like when you're applying for your C5 form, them want proof say you're a human being and say you're real. So you send one email address. So when you access, yeah, government, I don't know if you not listen. So this is just an idea that just came to me. I haven't given it no thought. It just come to me while me attack and me go say it. Just like when I have the C5 form, where if me want come in a Jamaica, I have to put in my email, I want to verify and send me one link to me and then me put it in. So persons who think they have a need to. So if you want to know who I do the search, there goes. But I really believe that people who are on the sex offense registry should people who want to know if this person you can't trust them. Like the illustration I was giving, say, would I want to know if somebody just moving next door. My son, he loves soccer, which is football. Me want to know, say, if the guy say, yeah, I was a pro and me can give him some pointers and whatever. Me want to know, say, would I feel comfortable, run him name through one thing and she say, not no come up on him. I make my son go over there. Then wondering and thinking. Yeah. Final comment here. No, I agree with you, but we can't say anything. The government has to take into consideration all sides. That's true. So and the prime minister is in agreement with me. He said it Sunday, was it, or Saturday, that I think it was Sunday yesterday, that it's time that we really look into who are we protecting. And again, this would be my question to anybody who stand up in front of me, and I wish persons would have called and put that side to it, because mother say, like, which is better, to protect another 9-year-old or the rest of the 9-year-olds around, or to protect one person who have sexually molested more than one? Who do we really want to support? Who do we want to defend? Who do we want to protect? And I think protecting our kids should be first and foremost, and our women. Final comment.
I heard about this on the news, and it was after the tragedy with the little girl that was raped and killed. Um, I think, in my opinion, why some persons don't want it to be published, it's the mindset of persons in Jamaica in terms of um, what will happen after they publish it. I am conflicted somewhat. Um, as you know, here in the States, it is published. The public has access to see. And I think the public in Jamaica do have a right to see who are the sex offenders, because for over the years, so many women and children have been raped and killed, and you don't know who is actually in your neighborhood, in your community, in your district. But publishing the names, um, are persons going to then take those names and then go off to start killing those persons? I don't know. I think it should be published because I would want to know if someone in my community that I'm living in is a sex offender. I am walking these streets. You know, children are walking these streets. So in my opinion, I think it should be published. But then when they publish it, what would be the next thing for persons to do? They're gonna go after the persons to kill them, you know? I don't know.
Thank you very much, my friend, for responding to my Vox Pop request. Um, so this is the clip as I wanted to play for you, with this person talking all kind of crap about the bus system. And where is it at? Did I mute the channel? No, I did not. Which one is it? I have so many clips.
Representative of the people.
All right, I'm gonna.
Why not? I am.
Not your.
All right, this is it.
Why not? I am happy about it.
This bus is so unsafe.
What is
this bus? First of all, do they have a matron on that bus?
A matron? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Let me say I don't know.
Oh, all right. Second of all, they changed the bus entry and put it behind the driver.
It had to because the bus came with the door on the right hand.
Yes, because the way you guys drive.
So let me pause this. I'm going to play it again. No, so this is what I expect from Dr. Gale. Don't just let John chat way more and say. And then you're gonna say, oh, come and defend with whatever. So this is the voice of Colin Bell, Shaka Fame. And as much as he's one of them that, I question certain things and I try to put spin to it, this dude calling from America, talking bad about the bus system, he started out by saying this is not something that we should be happy about. And Colin's like, no, I'm happy about it. And then he went on to say, oh, does he have a I don't know. I've never been on an American school bus. Do they have matrons on the school bus? Yeah, you're gonna hear some more. Let me start from the top.
Why not? I am happy about it.
This bus is so unsafe.
What is
this bus? First of all, do they have a matron on that bus?
A matron? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Let me say I don't know.
Oh, all right. Second of all, they changed the bus entry and put it behind the driver.
It had to because the bus came with the door on the right hand.
Yes, because the way you guys drive. But listen to me. The safety of a child come first.
Yes.
And when the buses is one of the main cause of the death of a child. They don't even know that. When you step off of the bus, you should be, the driver should see to it that you are 15 feet away from the bus.
Then the driver can't look in at the mirror and say you're clear.
Yes, it can.
Mm.
But if you have a small child, that small child can be overlooked and itching on the bus and you drag him and dead.
Well, we hope that don't happen. I honestly hope that don't happen. That will never happen in the name of Jesus. I come against
we wouldn't
that.
want it to happen.
No, not at all.
We wouldn't want it to happen. But they get the bus drivers them for come drive the bus. Do they have any school training about how to deal with?
Hold on for me.
All right, so enough of that. So there are people who they have a problem for every solution. I remember it felt when I heard the news, the last crash that took place somewhere in West Portland. I think 2 kids lost their life. I don't remember clearly right now. And there are people who have been calling for something like this. The things that our children go through. I don't know if it's happening now, but I remember when I was in high school, I used to hear about kids have to be lapping up and who doctor where want push and in a pocket, and I heard all of that. There are kids who they used to cut out them pockets so bus driver or doctor can have easy access. The amount of negative things that happen. And listen to this person. So I'm one of them. And I see a lot of people lagging off because I'm like, no, but this is the democracy that I believe in. We need to hear how some people think, because this is coming from a brain. Obviously not utilizing all the brain cells, but this is coming from a brain. This is somebody who think I have a right to say crap. So I'm saying that to say, I really believe that this freedom that we have, because he made a call in Power Show. He could have gone to any one of the social media platform and just same stuff. And I'm sad to say, there are people who are going to defend him. This man called into Jamaica from America to utter those BS, talking about matron pan truck, pan bus, and if them detect the bus driver, them and go train them train PPV people who have been doing all kind of something. There are videos on the internet right now from, I think it was, which one of them community there? Nonsuch or something like that? Or fellowship somewhere or so. One simple Corolla station wagon did have in around 15 pitney night. So just imagine what happened or what will happen if a vehicle like that. And I hear another caller calling and asking if the school bus them all of the seat them have seat belt. And it's about the safety of the kids. Me or somebody complaining about even the left hand drive, the fact that it is a left hand drive or safe that is. And I'm like, look how many left hand drive vehicle. I remember the first set of automatic fire trucks that came to Jamaica. They were all left hand drive. But you see, when people just set to just make mischief and just to cow down everything that is right, you know exactly where they are. Them don't have to say them are this and them are that. They're going to find everything for bash something. One of them, the want to be MP for West Portland, she's now saying, what's the purpose of rolling out a bus system at the end of the school year? Which look why it don't make sense. So you roll it out at the end, which we never could have decide when it happened. Roll it out at the end of the school year. By the time September come, Clarendon alone are gonna get 9 bus. And you'd have at least get to a level and know how this supposed to work. But part of what Mr. Mineda go say, PMP have it to be saying that is lie the vase them a tell us them buy 2 bus. What Shaka Fame say is that them by his sources is saying that the government bought 100 school buses and them give them 2 as brata or 4 or whatever it is, and based on what GIS is reporting is that the buses that the government will be purchasing, they're coming by September. So I don't know where they get it from to say, oh, them get bus and then, because that no means that the 10 bus them should have the year already and then but this is PMP for you. They just make up stuff and go with it.
Of this.
That's not the clip. Where's the clip that I want to play? I want to play a final clip for you all.
And I can say,
yes, this is it.
And I can say that from the first schedule that I've gotten, there are 9 school buses that are to come to Clarendon for September morning.
An initial 100 buses are being acquired and retrofitted for the school bus program. The first 50 buses are expected to arrive in the island in time for the start of the new school year in September. That was JIS.
And I can say,
all right, so there you have it, ending on a positive note. So we get in school bus. So all PMP, them have a problem, say, we are going to have dedicated school bus for our children, so them now feel lap up. The next thing, can't go off by not saying this. I remember people who had to take public transportation complain, students, that on peak time, taxi man them and some bus man don't carry no pitney. Because the pitney money add up to the seat for the adult and all of them something there. So we had kids just go home 9-10 o'clock in the night. So me, if it's sorry for them taxi people, if it's say, oh, they will have to find another way now, and the livelihood is important, them not going to dead for hungry. Big up to Mr. and Mrs. Vaz. And like I say, I can't wait. Make them chat all of them want to chat about the bus them all, and the bus them this, and the bus them at least me live to come see a dedicated bus system for our children. So make them chat, all them want chat. I have a next clip I want to end with, This other one them want to end with. But somebody said more foolishness. They might try this up the government and tell lie on the government. And the truth came out. Just like oil and water. Listen to this.
That 2016.
Listen to this.
We carried up back to about 2.5 billion on Peter Phillips.
So we carried back to where it was.
Before they run it down.
And now these men for the last 9
years. Take credit.
Add another 2.5 to it, so it's at 5 billion. Then when we left at 2016, what was it?
We carried up back to about 2.5 billion on Peter Phillips.
So we carried back to where it was.
Before they run it down.
And now these men for the last 9 years.
Take credit.
Add another 2.5 to it, so it's at 5 billion. Then when we left at 26.
You hear that? So the truth can't hide. So now we have the net reserve, the highest that the Jamaica has ever had it. But yet still them I say, the government this and the country this and the rare. I see somebody tried to say, oh, BOJ dump hundred of thousands, hundred of millions for make the dollar do whatever and thing. And I'm like, all right, so that's good governance. It has always been like that. You understand? It has always been where the government through BOJ, you know, put money in it for, the runaway dollar rate. You know what I'm saying? It was always. So if we never have the money to do that, how much the US would be now? And they try to blame and say it's because the government, this is what somebody said, and him not respond to me. The government has friends who are close to them who are importing, and that is why the dollar is sliding. And when I asked them, so if there's nobody importing, because let me tell you, Mark Golding is a part of a company who is the largest rice importer in Jamaica. So when you hear Dayton Campbell and Shaka Fame and Hyman, Ralston Hyman, and the whole of them are talk about the importation bill and the this and that or whatever, it's like them think everybody are idiot and have access to information. So them just say what they want to say. So they're blaming the government now for importation, and this is why the dollar is sliding, or the dollar is not sliding, because the dollar has kept for a good bit. But they're blaming and say the government are friends who are import, and that is why the dollar this and the dollar that. Like, but them are gonna do what them are gonna do. I just can't wait for election call for them get a backsiding, and yeah, keep them in opposition for three more terms. Yeah. And I said 3 more years, but yeah, more I said 3 more terms. This is it. Again, thanks for participating in the show. Thanks for those of you who have liked, subscribed, and click the notification bell so whenever I go live, you see it. Thanks again to Vibes Corner Radio. Remember, if you can't be good, please be careful.
DP stands for Damian Phillips. All who never knew get with it. So if you see a girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, or just the habit. Politics, it doesn't matter, me I go talk. Bringing light to the lost so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. So if you see your girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, or just the habit. Politics, it doesn't matter, me I go talk. Bringing light to the lost so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Yeah, views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. VP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Whoa, ooh yeah, Phillips. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. Yeah, DP stands for Damian Phillips. All who never knew get with it. So if you see your girl's